It's Chris Anthony coming at you live once again. Now, what I want to get into is the continuation of the last video I made, which was how to upgrade your operating system. How to upgrade it, how to actually adopt the operating system that's going to be expansive instead of being limiting to you. Now, we had examples of limiting operating system. One of those is, let's say you got bit by a dog when you were 6 or 7 years old. And from now on, for the rest of your life, you're actually afraid of dogs. You have a phobia, a fear of going around any dog because you think you're going to get bit. You think that dogs are vicious and you think they could kill you at the end of the day. So you have a fear. You don't go around with people that have dogs. You don't go into buildings where dogs are. You can't be around them within 5 feet or you will shut down in fear. That's a limiting belief system. It may be time for you to upgrade your operating system or your belief system. Belief systems, we know, shape your reality. They shape the way you perceive the world. So you can have a belief system that's limiting, and everything that you see in the world is going to be limited. Your meaning of everything will be limited because you don't have an expansive point of view. Let's say you have a pessimistic point of view because everything is limited in your beliefs. You're stuck inside of this one box. You're coloring in between the lines. You're not thinking outside of the box, and you're limited by what you can see. Now, when you start to upgrade your belief system, what happens is your awareness starts to expand because you're expanding what you believe in. If you keep what you believe in small and limited and rigid and boxed in and nothing can get past it, then your awareness is so small that you miss a lot of opportunities. You miss opportunities for happiness, for love, for peace, for joy, for more money, for abundance, for prosperity, for all of these things. You miss it and it goes right past you because you are with your blinders on like this. You're looking at the world, like this. Now, let's say you start to expand and then your blinders start coming off because you expand what you believe in. You expand what's possible. You expand what you can actually operate in life. So that's what happens when you expand your operating system. How do we do that? Now that we know what a limiting operating system is or a limited belief system is, how do you upgrade it? The number one thing is you want to locate it. How do you locate it? Locating your belief system is easy as going outside of your comfort zone and seeing what makes you uncomfortable. So whenever you're jumping outside of your comfort zone, you're trying to do something that will better you, you're trying to be greater, you're trying to expand yourself, stretch yourself, get, more things into your life. You're trying to attract bigger and greater things because we're always trying to grow, we're always trying to evolve. But what happens along that journey is you see that it's certain things you believe in that keep you from doing that. You have certain fears. You have certain things that you have downloaded at an earlier age or just earlier in life that don't serve you anymore, that actually limits you. A lot of times when people come against these big walls, they just stop right there and they say, okay, I guess that's as far as I'm supposed to go. But really what you're supposed to do is upgrade that way of thinking because the only wall is inside of you. It exists nowhere else. No obstacle can really stop you from getting something when you want it. So it's inside of you. You have to upgrade the way you think. So you locate it, you see how it's limiting you, and you also see how it affects you. Now, if it has a limiting effect, then you need to upgrade it. There is a law. There's a universal law that says it's the law of vibration. It pretty much says that everything has a vibration to it, and the higher vibration will cancel out a lower vibration. So let's say that your old operating system or belief system has a lower vibration. You need to adopt a new belief system that has a higher vibration, which leads us to step 2, adopt a new one. If you adopt a new belief system that has a higher, more expansive belief, it's a system that's more expansive, it's going outward, it's getting you more awareness, it has a higher vibration, it's going to cancel out the lower vibration. That's how it happens. That's the law. That's how it works. So let's say, for instance, me, I used to have a rigid belief system that was based inside of religious practices, and everything that I did in my life, everything that I gave meaning to, it was based in this rigid religious belief system. And so I was limited in my perception, I was limited in my thoughts, I was limited in the people I could connect with, I was limited in the places I could go, things that I can do, the thoughts that I could think, the ideas that I could have, the inventions that I could come up with, whatever. Everything was limited because I put everything into a box of meaning that was surrounded by this religious practice. And so I continually lived inside of that box. Now, when I wanted to adopt something else, what I did was I started to adopt different practices and different beliefs that were not religious. They weren't rigid, they weren't small, they weren't limiting, they was more expansive. And I started to expand in what I was doing, the way I was thinking, the people I was connecting with, the amount of money I could get. I expanded all of those things because I changed a belief system. Now, it didn't happen overnight, but adopting something new, you have to do that in order to get rid of the old. So you just can't throw away an old operating system, because then you are inoperable. You need an operating system, so you get rid of the old one by actually adopting the new one. And the new one will cancel the old one out because it is a higher vibration. The law of vibrations. Step 3 is what we're coming to, and step 3 says that you have to actually substantiate your claim by adding new evidence every time you get a chance. So with my belief system, I had to continually add on new things, new evidence, new ideas, new information to it to get comfortable with it, because it was brand new to me. It was unknown. If you don't do that, what you do is you float back into the old belief system. You float back into the place that you were comfortable with, that you were cool with, that you know of already, and you won't be able to change into the new place because it's so unknown to you. You have to make the new belief system comfortable to you. Make it concrete, and you make it stay in a place where, okay, this is me, this is what I'm going to live by, this is what I'm going to believe in, because it is expansive and it's not limited. I'm not going back to an old, limited, outdated way of thinking, because I upgraded, and I'm going to stay on this upgrade and continue to upgrade to other newer levels. And that's what you want to do. That's what I'm doing. Like, I'm trying to continually upgrade because I'm trying to continually evolve, and I'm a seeker of truth. So I'm following truth, I'm looking at the truth, I'm trying to do anything that is expansive and not limiting. If there's anything in your life that's actually limiting you, it is based on fear, it's based on what you can't do, it's based on where you can't go. That's a limiting belief system. That's something that you don't want to have operating on you, because if you're viewing the world out of fear and not out of love, not out of expansion, because love is expansion at the end of the day. If you're operating in a place where you're scared to go this place, you're scared to do this, you're scared to try this, you're scared to think of this, then that's not going to do you any good. It's not serving you. It's actually making you limiting. It's making you smaller.